Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Talks. We are so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a regular listener, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey there, it's so great to have you with us. I was just thinking this morning, I made myself a cup of tea, sat by the window, and I thought, today's going to be a great day. And here we are.
I love that. It's funny because when you said that, I immediately thought of how you connected those ideas. I made tea, I sat down, I thought something. That's actually exactly what today's episode is all about.
Oh, perfect timing. Yes, today we are talking about how to connect your sentences naturally in English. This is something so many learners struggle with, and honestly, it makes a huge difference.
It really does. By the end of this episode, you're going to be able to join your ideas together smoothly, sound more natural when you speak, and stop saying short, choppy sentences one after another. Your English is going to flow like water.
And we want to hear from you. So here's your first question. When you speak English right now, do you find it hard to connect your ideas? Do you sometimes say one short sentence, then stop, then another short sentence? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
We really do. And while you're down there in the comments, please hit that subscribe button for Simple English Talks so you never miss an episode. We upload new lessons every week and we don't want you to miss anything.
All right, are you ready? Let's jump in and start connecting those sentences.
Okay, so let's start with the most important group of connectors, words that ADD ideas together or contrast them. These are the building blocks. Once you know these, your English is going to feel completely different.
So the first ones are the adding connectors. The most common ones are and, also to, as well, plus and moreover. These all help you add one idea onto another.
Right. So the basic formula is really simple. Statement plus connector plus new statement. For example, I like coffee, I also like tea. Or you can put them together. I like coffee and I like tea. See how that flows so much better?
Here are a few more examples. She studied hard. She also practiced speaking every day. Or, he went to the gym. He worked out for an hour. He felt amazing afterwards. Boom. 3 ideas connected.
Now here's a personal one. I'm trying to learn to cook these days. So I might say, I watch cooking videos online. I also try new recipes on weekends. Plus, I call my mom for advice. That's 3 connected ideas, all adding on to each other.
Oh, that's great. I do something similar with learning new things. I'll say, I read about it first, then I watch a video, and after that, I try it myself. You see how then and after that help the ideas move forward naturally?
Exactly. Now, let's talk about contrast connectors, because not everything agrees. Words like but, however, although, even though, and yet help you show when 2 ideas are different or surprising.
For example, I wanted to go outside, but it was raining. Or she loves vegetables. However, she doesn't like carrots. Can you feel how but and however create that little surprise or contrast?
For the negative form, it's just as easy. Instead of saying 2 separate negative sentences, connect them. I don't like loud music. I don't like crowded places either. Or combine it. I don't like loud music or crowded places.
Now it's your turn. Can you write a sentence using and or but in the comments? Something from your real life. Tell us 2 things you like. Connect them with and. Or tell us something you want to do but can't right now.
And remember, there's no perfect sentence, just try. That's how you get better. We're cheering for you.
So to recap this section, use and, also to, plus to add ideas. Use but, however, although to show contrast. These 2 groups are your most important tools. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to like this video. It really helps Simple English Talks grow and reach more learners like you.
Great. Now that you've got adding and contrasting down, let's look at another super useful group. Connectors that show reason and result. These are the connectors that explain why something happens or what happens because of something.
Yes. And these are the ones that make your English sound really intelligent and fluent. When you can explain cause and effect clearly, people understand you so much better.
So the reason connectors are because, since, as, and due to. These answer the question, why? For example, I was tired because I didn't sleep well, or since it was hot, we went to the beach. Simple, right?
And then the result connectors show what happened after or because of something. The main ones are, so therefore, as a result, and that's why. For example, it was raining, so we stayed inside. Or, she studied every day, therefore she passed her exam.
I love that's why. It's so natural and conversational. Like, I forgot my umbrella. That's why I got wet. Doesn't that sound like something you'd actually say to a friend?
Totally. Let me show the formal versus informal difference here. In a casual conversation, you'd say, I was late because the bus didn't come. That's why I missed the meeting. But in a more formal email or report, you'd write, the meeting was missed due to a delayed bus. As a result, the schedule was disrupted.
Same idea, totally different level of formality, and both are correct. You just choose based on the situation. Speaking to a friend? Because and that's why. Writing to your boss? Due to and as a result.
Here's a little practice dialogue. Imagine I ask you, why do you want to improve your English? Try to answer using because or since. For example, I want to improve my English because I want a better job. Or, since I love traveling, I need strong English.
And your tips for using these naturally? First, don't overthink it. Start with because. It works in almost every situation. Second, practice that's why in speaking because it sounds very natural and native. Third, when writing anything formal, swap because for due to and so for therefore.
We'd love to see your reason sentences. Write in the comments. Tell us why you're learning English right now. Use because or since. We genuinely love reading your reasons and your stories.
And you know what? Every single reason is valid. Whether it's for work, for travel, for love, for confidence, it all matters.
Okay, let's review. Because since, as, due to equals reasons. So therefore, as a result, that's why equals results. Use casual versions in conversation, formal versions in writing. You've got this. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to Simple English Talks yet, now is the perfect moment. Tap that button and join our learning family.
All right, we're moving into the third big group, and this one is so practical for everyday life. We're talking about time and sequence connectors. These help you tell stories, explain steps, and describe events in order.
Oh, these are my favorites because everyone tells stories every day. When you talk about your morning routine, your weekend, a trip you took, you need these words.
Exactly. So the main time connectors are first, then, next, after that, finally, when, while, before, and after. Let me give you a simple example. My morning routine. First, I wake up. Then I brush my teeth. After that, I make breakfast. Finally, I sit down with my coffee.
See how that flows perfectly? You always know what's happening and in what order. Without those connectors, it would sound like I wake up, I brush my teeth, I make breakfast, I sit with coffee. It's correct, Mani, but it sounds robotic, like a list, not a story.
And while is really useful for things that happen at the same time. While I was cooking, I was listening to music. Or, she was talking on the phone while she was making notes. Two things happening together. While connects them.
When is similar, but it introduces a specific moment. When I arrived at the station, the train was already leaving. That when tells us about an exact moment when something happened.
Let's do a little practice together. I'll tell you about my last weekend, and you listen for all the connectors. Okay. On Saturday, I woke up late. First, I had a slow breakfast. Then I went for a walk in the park. While I was walking, I called my friend. After that, we met for lunch. Finally, I came home and watched a film. How many connectors did you catch?
I heard first, then, while, after that, and finally. That's 5 connectors in just a few sentences, and the story felt natural and easy to follow.
Now your turn. Can you describe your morning or your last weekend using at least 3 time connectors? Speak out loud, right now, wherever you are. Seriously, pause the video if you need to. Speaking out loud is how your brain remembers.
And then, write it in the comments. We love seeing your mini stories. It's such good practice, and you might inspire someone else who's learning too.
For tips on politeness and naturalness, use first instead of number one in conversation. It sounds more fluid. Use finally only at the true end, not in the middle. And then is your best friend. It's casual, clear, and very common in real spoken English.
All right. Time and sequence connectors to remember. First, then, next, after that. Finally for sequence. While and when for timing. These will completely transform how you tell stories in English. And if you've made it this far in the video, you're doing brilliantly. Give yourself a hand. Also, share this episode with a friend who's learning English. It would mean so much to us at Simple English Talks.
Okay, it's time for my favorite part, common mistakes. And I'll be honest with you, I have made every single one of these mistakes. So don't feel bad. We're all learning.
Same. Mistakes are how we figure out the right way. So let's look at 4 really common mistakes people make with connectors.
Mistake number 1, using although and but together. This is super common. People say, although I was tired, but I went to work. This is wrong. Although and but both show contrast. You only need one of them. The correct versions are, although I was tired, I went to work. Or, I was tired, but I went to work. Not both together.
Great one. Mistake number 2, starting every sentence with because. Some learners write, because I like music, because it makes me happy. These are incomplete sentences. They need a main clause. Because always needs to connect to something. Correct? I like music because it makes me happy. The because needs both parts around it.
Oh, that's such a good point. Mistake number 3, confusing so and because. These cause problems because they do opposite jobs. Because gives the reason, so gives the result. For example, wrong. I was tired, so I didn't sleep. No, tiredness is the reason, not sleeping is the result. Correct. I didn't sleep, so I was tired. Or, I was tired because I didn't sleep. Can you feel the difference?
Yes, think of it this way. Because looks backward at the cause, so looks forward at the result.
Mistake number 4, overusing and. Some learners connect everything with and. I woke up and I ate, and I walked and I talked and I came home. This sounds exhausting. Break it up. Use then, after that, and finally instead. I woke up, ate breakfast, then went for a walk. After that, I called a friend. Finally, I came home.
So much better. Here's a practice question for you. Which is correct? Although she was sick, but she came to school. Or, although she was sick, she came to school. Write your answer in the comments and tell us why you chose it. Explaining the reason is even better practice than just giving the answer.
And please, don't be embarrassed if you've been making these mistakes. Every learner does. The fact that you're here watching this, trying to improve, that's what matters. You're already doing better than you were yesterday.
Absolutely. Mistakes are just part of the road to fluency. Keep going, keep practicing, and be kind to yourself. And if you're finding these corrections helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. It tells us to keep making content like this for you.
All right, it's practice time. This is the fun part. I'm going to give you a situation and 2 sentences. You choose the one that sounds more natural. Ready?
Ready. Let's go.
Situation 1. You're explaining why you were late to a meeting. Option A. I was late. The traffic was bad. Option B. I was late because the traffic was bad. Which is better?
Option B, definitely. Option A is technically correct, but it sounds abrupt. Option B connects the ideas and gives a clear reason. That's the one you'd use in real life.
Situation 2. You're telling a friend about your weekend. Option A. First I cleaned the house, then I went shopping. After that I cooked dinner. Finally I relaxed. Option B. I cleaned, I shopped, I cooked, I relaxed.
Option A flows beautifully. Option B sounds like a grocery list. The connectors in Option A make it feel like a real story you're telling a friend.
Situation 3. Contrasting 2 ideas. Option A. Although it was expensive, but I bought it. Option B. Although it was expensive, I bought it.
Option B, no but after. Although, remember, they both do the same job. Use one or the other, never both.
Perfect. Now here's the challenge. Speak out loud. Take any situation from your life today and describe it using at least 4 connectors. Tell us about your journey to work. Tell us about making a meal. Tell us about a conversation you had. Just connect your ideas out loud.
And then write it in the comments. A few connected sentences from your real life. It's the best practice you can do. We'll read them and maybe even reply to some of our favorites.
Remember, real conversation isn't about perfect grammar. It's about getting your ideas across clearly and naturally. Connectors are your tools for doing exactly that. Don't aim for perfect. Aim for clear and connected.
That's the goal. Fluency over perfection, progress over polish. And every time you practice, even for 5 minutes, you're getting closer. Don't forget to subscribe to Simple English Talks so you have a lesson ready for you every week.
Wow, what a fantastic episode. I'm genuinely so proud of everyone who made it to the end. Let's quickly go over everything we covered today because you learned a lot.
You did. So here are the 3 main things from today. Number 1, adding and contrasting connectors, and also 2, plus for adding. But, however, although for contrasting. Number 2, reason and result connectors, because, since, due to for reasons, so therefore that's why for results. And number 3, time and sequence connectors. First then, after that, finally for steps, while and when for timing.
That's an incredible toolkit, and if you use even half of those regularly, your English is going to sound so much more natural, more confident, and more fluid. People will notice the difference, and so will you.
Here's a question to think about. Which type of connector do you use the most already? Is it time connectors like then, or reason connectors like because? And which one do you want to practice more? Think about it, and write your answer in the comments.
We absolutely love hearing from you. This community, the Simple English Talks family, is what makes all of this worthwhile. So please, like this video, share it with someone who's learning English, leave us a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to Simple English Talks if you haven't already. We have so many great lessons coming up, and we want you there for all of them.
And one last thought, learning a language is one of the most courageous things a person can do. You're putting yourself out there, you're trying something hard, you're growing, and we think that's absolutely wonderful. Be proud of yourself today, no matter where you are in your journey.
Keep practicing, keep connecting those ideas, and remember, every sentence you speak is progress.
That's all for today's episode of Simple English Talks. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We'll see you next time.